we decided to do a documentary on metal in London, Ontario, to see what we can find. I will meet Kyel, and first we will go to a venue and interview Jim.
Thank you very much for doing this documentary. As you know, there are people that are very thankful to have you in the scene.
Thanks for having me, Kyle. I appreciate it. It's nice to hear.
How long have you been doing this venue for?
I've had Old East 765 for going on my 4th year.
How do band promoters book at your venue, and how do they get a hold of you?
We've had the good fortune of actually being booked out almost a year in advance. And traditionally, or typically, how people get in touch with us is through our Facebook page. So they can search us out on Old East 765 or Old East 765 Bar and Grill, as well as on Instagram. And then there's also a handful of local promoters that we work with. Anybody from Chainsaw Productions to ADM Productions. And a few independents, and probably the best way, to be honest with you, is just come on in and say hello and introduce yourself.
How did you come about getting your place, and what is the history of Old East 765?
Basically, 765 used to be known as the old TNC and the old Embassy, so it's had a very vibrant live music scene for quite some time, for day one, honestly. And then the previous owners, unfortunately, one fell ill, and the venue sat empty for about a year. I had another venue downtown that I was looking for to move, just not in the hustle bustle area. I wanted to become more of a destination venue. So we continue to have the same theme with the music. But Old East 765 is not just a live music venue. It's basically, I like to think of it as the most diverse entertainment venue in London. Everything from hip-hop shows to drag queen shows to, as we all know, metal shows.
What do you do on your spare time, and do you have any hobbies?
I don't really have much spare time, but what I do have for spare time, I will enjoy with my daughter. That's kind of when I'm not here or work. We basically go for bike rides. She, I think, is going to be the next American Ninja. So we spend a lot of time doing obstacles, and then obviously just family life at home.
Do you have any advice for anyone wanting to start their own venue?
Don't do it. It's a lot of headaches. But all kidding aside, it's a lot of fun. I do it because I'm a big supporter of the live music scene. I guess that's one of the reasons why we're sitting here today. I remember years and years and many years ago, probably when I was younger than you, going to live venues back in the day, and then for a certain amount of time, it just kind of died. And when I got back into the industry, into the scene, I wanted to bring live music back. So. And I want to have it open to all genres. So that's pretty much what's kept me going, is keep an open mind and don't necessarily pigeonhole yourself to one thing in this industry. And then have a boatload of money to back you up.
All right. Do you have any advice for any bands that want to book at your venue?
Again, like I said, come in, introduce yourself. If you have a couple of videos on YouTube or a demo tape, I know as crazy as it sounds, I would probably recommend doing that and just sending us a link. I do look at all the bands that come to us, and the ones that have become favorites, like Rebel Cell, and right now what's going on is Talbotville Gore, with our metal show going on right now, as I'm here doing this with you guys, is basically put a lot of hard work into it, put everything you got, and don't stop believing, don't stop trying. I almost wanted to break out in song there for a second.
Is there anything you would like to add? Our shout outs are...
Shoutouts? Yeah. Shout out to the 765 team, because they do a fantastic job. Shout out to our awesome sound tech, Eric of the Watershed live music recording studio. Shout out to people like you and Allison, who do this wonderful thing for the scene, and make sure that it stays in the forefront. I think that's key. And to basically everyone that supports the live venues. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be around. And to be honest, a lot of these bands wouldn't be around if it wasn't for friends and family and supporters. So, just keep on supporting the venues and the bands, and encourage them and be positive. So.
All right. Thank you once again, Jim, for doing this documentary, and thanks for having this venue for so many people and have a place to go for live events and music.
Thank you so much, Kyle. Thank you, Allison. Appreciate it. And we hope to see you soon at Old East 765.
Here I am at 765, one of the very homes of London metal, so we're going to go in and take a look. The karaoke section, and sometimes bands play on the stage too. Haven't seen a metal band play on the stage for over a year though, but maybe one day we'll see another metal band play on the stage. Over here, over there's the pool area. There's the bar. One of the many bars here. Where the band's loaded. And behind this door is where metal magic happens. Hey, thank you so much for being a part of this documentary, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Can you introduce yourself and your roles in the band?
I'm Josh. I'm the guitarist and clean vocals in the band.
My name's Andrew. I play bass.
I'm Eric. I'm the drummer.
I'm Jordan, and I do vocals.
Can you tell us about your band and the history and its formation?
Well, we started probably in June 2016. Originally, we were a three-piece at our first show. It was me, Josh, and an old vocalist named Jordan. Ironically enough, same name as him. We played that show, and then we actually played with Andrew's other band. He was a bassist. He said, hit us up after the show. Do you guys need a bass player? And then we were like, yeah. And they started jamming, and then went smooth.
What is your experiences inside the scene?
We've worked a lot with like bands that like bringing up local bands that are kind of don't have as like a big of a following as they do. So it's like those bands that kind of help us out more and like bring us onto shows. Those bands have the bigger following. So it's like the more inclusive you are, like the more people follow you.
Yeah.
Did you guys play in any other bands before?
I was actually in a band that I played guitar, and then switched to bassing from London called Our Place or Yours.
Great band.
Yeah, only him.
All right. You. Did you play in any other?
Oh,
bands?
just him.
All right.
He's the only one.
All right. Who is the most unorganized member in your band?
Most unorganized. It's not me.
I would say we're all pretty much like a well-oiled machine.
We are.
We kind of all, like we all live in different cities, towns, if you will, and we all kind of have to organize our schedules to converge at one place one time. And we're usually like pretty good with that despite the circumstances.
What would you see yourself doing if you guys weren't playing in this band?
Music in some other form, I guess.
I like to, be with nature and stuff, so I like fish.
I don't know. If I wasn't a performer, I'd probably get into some kind of audio engineer aspect, just something music based.
What do you guys feel like? What do you guys feel when you guys are playing on stage?
Euphoria.
Yeah,
It's like the best adrenaline, best high ever. That's probably what I would say.
How do you guys prep before shows?
listening to loud music in the car on the way to the show.
It's essential.
Yes.
What do you guys do on your own time when you guys aren't jamming?
School for me.
School as well.
Work or practicing.
What are your guys' hobbies and interests?
We we all play video games, and video games, music, what else?
Like reading, writing, creating things in some way, shape, or form.
He's an artsy one.
What are your guys' opinions on the scene now?
There's a lot of like crossover. We find like there's like people who like certain kinds of bands or like blending into another scene. So like the metal and like the hip hop scene, they like converge. So it's nice when like you get like these subgenres and they have like a really like niche community, and then it starts bringing fans out to other bands. So it's really nice.
Tell us what to expect in the future from you guys.
More content very soon, so keep an eye out. We got 2 EPs out, and we're slowly working on our 3rd.
Hopefully touring at some point.
Yeah.
How much does fans and merchandise mean to you guys?
Fans are everything. Right?
Everything,
They
yeah.
support us.
Keep the dream alive. Keep us liking what we do.
How do you guys promote your shows?
Social media.
A lot of social media. It's word of mouth, like to our friends and stuff.
It's all networking.
Where was your guys' first show you guys played as a band, or where was a member's first show as a band?
Okay. So first show was at Mikado Bar in St. Catharines. It was me, Josh, and our other vocalist Jordan. So it was a 3-piece at the time: drum, guitar, and vocalist.
But he happened to be playing.
Yeah, and his band was also there, but we didn't know him prior to this.
What do you guys have? What advice do you guys have for newer bands starting out?
Abandon all forms of ego and like do not enter the scene thinking that you are above, or even it's even worse to think that you're below and you can't reach the standard that some bands are at. So.
And remember that you're a team and you have to work together, otherwise it's not going to work out. If you try and take over yourself, the band's going to crumble.
Don't be discouraged by others' success.
No, yeah, learn from that.
Would you guys like to add anything like shout outs or where we can find your guys' music?
My music's on like every online platform, so like Spotify, Apple Music, blah blah blah.
Shout outs to Keegan Akazaki from Nocturnal Audio.
Yeah, he's our producer, makes everything come to life for us.
Homesick.
Warehouse.
A couple Being, Single Wound, a couple band friends.
All right. Thanks so much for your time, guys, and we hope you guys play a good set.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us out.
Hey, thank you so much for being a part of this documentary, guys.
No problem. Yeah, man. Thanks for having us.
Can you tell us, can you introduce yourselves and your role in the band?
I'm Spinny. I'm the bassist. I do background vocals and live sound tech for Kavara.
I'm Chris Strange. I play guitar, do backing vocals.
I'm Steven. I'm the drummer.
I'm Serena. I do vocals.
I'm Mike. I play guitar.
Can you tell us the history of when you guys formed?
Music industry arts.
Yeah, we all met in college and formed a band there. And after college, we just kept things going.
What are your experiences inside the scene?
London's treated us really well. Yeah. Lots of support here.
We typically get a lot of turnouts from people, fans that know us.
Did you guys play in any other bands, or have you guys played in any other bands before?
I haven't. This is my first band ever.
Same.
I play in a gent band called Lucid Mind. Used to be called Aborted. What was that?
Oh no, I think that was
someone else. Okay. Yeah. I play in a gent band called Lucid Mind. I used to be in a band called Active Chaos. We're just on hiatus right now. And my very first band ever was a band called Tijuana Crackcore from London, from like the 90s.
Is there any unorganized members in your band?
I don't know. We all kind of do our part.
Yeah.
We all play different
We're all
roles.
equally organized.
Play to each other's strengths.
All right. If not playing in a band, what would you see yourselves doing?
Still something in the music industry, like live sound or something like that. Production. Yeah. Something like that. Engineering.
I'd just be working.
What do you guys feel when you guys are playing on stage?
Nothing. No, it's an awesome rush.
Yeah. Especially when people are like interacting with the band, especially when Serena interacts with the crowd and everything, people are jumping in. It gets you excited. It makes you want to play harder.
It's a good like energy release for me too. If I have anxiety and whatever.
Yeah.
How do you guys prep before a show?
Jumping jacks.
Yeah. And lots of driving.
Stay hydrated. Have a beer or two. Eat.
Warm up. Yeah. Eat sometimes. I didn't follow that rule today.
All right. What do you guys do when you guys aren't playing shows, and how do you relax?
Weed.
Weed, yeah.
Gaming.
Yeah.
I work a lot, unfortunately.
What are your guys' hobbies?
Weed.
Guitar. Video games. Art stuff.
Yeah, mine's just mainly music.
So,
Yeah. Besides work and music.
What are your guys' opinions on the scene now?
It's growing actually. It's doing really well. Lots of bands coming out nowadays. It's honestly getting better and better and better. You know what I mean? To anyone who says the scene's dying, like they're high. It's fucking booming.
Yeah. London's always doing great for the scene.
Yeah.
Tell us what to expect in the future for Kavara.
Well, we're going to be releasing an album in the next few months, and we have an album show coming up on May 31st. Album release show. Recording's almost finished. So.
Yeah. And also working on new songs for the album after that.
Yeah. So EP after that, everything. And just trying to keep busy and keep writing and
no end in sight.
How much does fans and merchandise mean to you?
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're literally
where we are without our fans.
We really like spreading our merch out there, just to, people dig our shirts and our hats and stuff like that. It's always cool to see people wearing it. Like,
Right here and
Yeah, it's really cool when a band we're good friends with wears our merch on stage. That's always awesome. So I try to always wear other bands' t-shirts. It was just laundry day, so our Inspired is.
How do you guys promote your shows?
Flyers on posters, paid Facebook promotion, as much as that can do.
Yeah, not only inviting to event pages and stuff like that, but personally messaging people I find is really good too. Send them a message, hey, if you come out to our show in a couple days, or that kind of thing.
Yeah, I do a lot of word of mouth kind of thing.
Where was the first show you guys played as a band, or where was the first show a member has played as a band?
Oh yeah, well that was Roxbury, wasn't it?
Roxbury, yeah.
Roxbury.
Yeah, I was on drums back then.
My first venue with the band was People's Pub. What was it called?
People's Pub. People's Pub in
People's
St.
Pub in St.
Stephen's, New Brunswick.
That was the first show I played with the band.
Yeah.
What was the worst show experience you guys ever had?
Well, one at Richmond when you were here wasn't working.
Yeah, I'd say that was probably it.
Yeah.
We had 3 guitar heads available. 1 for Strange, 2 for Mike, because Mike just got his repaired. And then he had a rental. So we tried his amp that he just got fixed, broke. Tried the rental, broke. And it took like 30 minutes to set up. It was a rough night, but another band came and lent us a head, and we got through the night. It worked out well.
What is your advice on newer bands starting out in the scene?
Just work hard and it'll pay off.
Music before merch.
Yeah.
Yeah, get going on music immediately, and then worry about merch after. But
Practice.
T-shirts does not a band make.
Go to local shows too and like interact with the other bands.
Yeah, that's huge.
Would you guys like to add anything, any shout outs, or where can we find your music?
Anywhere you can find music, you can find Kavara. Definitely stay tuned for May 31st for Rum Runners album release show. And yeah.
Shout out to all our fans.
Yeah.
All the bands we've ever played
And
with.
all the bands we've played with, everyone is always helping each other out, hyping everybody out. It's awesome.
Thank you so much for your time, and thanks for me being a huge fan of you guys over the years. And after the interview, I hope you guys play a really good set tonight.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
See you in the pit.
My words.
Brand fucking new.
Thank you guys.
Hey, thank you so much for being a part of this documentary, guys.
Hey, no problem, man. We're glad to be here, man. That guy might like the metal, yeah.
All right, can you introduce yourself and the year you guys formed?
I'm new. Introduce yourself. I'm Brayton, and no, 7 years off of 2019. So 2012, Loveless Child started, and I play guitar in the band.
Trev McMurdo, new member, came around as of January this year. Been bounced around other bands over the last 20 years, but here I am.
Hi, I'm Rick, and I'm old, and I don't know. I'm the guitar player, vocalist for the band Bloodless Child. Yeah.
Right. Can you tell me a bit about the band and its history?
The band was started in my basement, and in 2012 I was in the previous other band called Invitation to Die. It was a band that, I don't know, in my mind, other people might not think it, but in my mind I thought it was kind of dying off. Going through multiple members it wasn't right, so I just decided to do something in my basement. I was in no way ever in my life going to actually sing on stage per se. It wasn't my thing, but everybody told me I should just do it. So I just asked some people if they wanted to play the stuff I was writing, and they said yes. And gone through a couple of lineup changes. Like I said, it's Trevor's been with us since, well, I guess since Boxing Day. I could say really.
Roughly.
Braden's been about 2 years in, because there's been some changes, but they weren't a bad change. Those people had different aspects in their life they were looking after for themselves.
Just progress and moving forward.
Yeah, I'm not a slave driver. They call me a boss. I don't know, but I'm not a slave driver. No, his boss.
We're all here by our own design.
Nobody's twisted anybody's arm to do it. So we're still here. We just played tonight for a show tonight here. The old E7 spot.
Hell of a lineup, man.
And there's a lot of shit going on tonight. And that's the history of it. Because now everything's like going to be every second's the future right now.
What are your guys' experiences playing in the scene?
Trevor's got a hell of a history.
Back in the 90s, played with Summertime Daisies, I played with Boomstick. I'm still with Tijuana Crackhorror, and now I'm with these guys. Went to school for recording and everything back in the 90s, but money wasn't all that good in Canada. Unless you go to Europe. 80,000 to start a year in Europe. So yeah. Now I'm with these guys, and I enjoy every single song that we play.
Yeah, Rick's done all sorts of stuff too.
I've done a little bit. Well, you've been around the scene. You go to shows. You see, it's all about that too, right? Even if you're not playing and you see what's in the scene, it's one thing I've seen is like I said, I was in another band before. It was a little while, and I was always saying, you could see a band one year, and it would be a different band the next year. I've seen that a lot in London. I don't know. I started playing in this London scene with the Anathematized with Kurt Keller and Randy Orchard. That was back in the Wick. We played across the road at the Hole in the Ground at the embassy there. And then I don't know. But as the scene goes, every show is a hit and miss. I believe.
Every year there's a new batch of bands to weed through.
My rule of thumb is it doesn't matter where you play, because somebody's 19 every day that can go to the bar that may have never seen it and heard it. So I've always said that, right? Oh, it don't matter what it is. Somebody turns 19 every day. This could be the first time I've played shows where we had hip hop bands playing, and they never heard any metal before. They come right over after the show, just buying merch like a madman. There's some people you think, they're all about this genre, right? So even as a genre speaking, I'm sure that happens all over the city, the scene, but for metal, tonight it's a packed house in there right now. And my philosophy has always been, if you can fill a hall, man, fill your bar. support your
for it.
local scene always.
I was gonna say, I don't think in the last 15 years I've seen the scene get any worse. It's just adapted. It's gone through stages. It's evolved, right?
Yeah, different
It's
bars.
just kind of kept up with time, and
you gotta find
every time a bar shuts down, the scene just moves on to the next place that's willing to take you in, right?
Yeah.
That's what
Jimmy's
it's all about.
all genres,
Jim's been fucking amazing to us.
Yeah, Jimmy's always been good to me.
Is there any unorganized members before shows?
We all communicate amongst the three of us, and we all get our shit organized and get here and get to the gig and figure out what we're gonna do.
It's always that question.
We had the set list set before we walked in the door. Almost.
Yeah, I changed a couple things. I changed a couple things in there. Not
always-
for the worst. It was kind of easier because we had, it was just for
getting everything situated.
You got tunings and stuff and how much time you don't want to waste. So it's like, okay, let's just do this instead of picking this one up, putting this one down, pick this one up. Otherwise, organized. I was up at 5:30 this morning. I paced the floor all day, man. I was organized once I woke up. So that's how it goes, man. I'm about to do something. Let's pace the floor and get her done.
Nope, that's like me. I shredded last night before bed, got up, went to work this morning, came home, shredded again this afternoon, and got ready for the gig, man.
Yeah.
That's all there was to it.
And we practice.
If not playing in this band, what would you guys see yourselves doing?
Being a pawnbroker and playing in a band.
If it wasn't in this band or just in a band, like
if I wasn't playing in a band,
I'd still be at home. I played guitar since I was 15. I started in a band, I think, when I was 32. I played guitar for that many years at my house. That's my hobby. Metal is my hobby.
Yeah, I kind of know everything.
My CD shelf has no other genre on it. It's metal. My parents are holy rollers from hell, and they hated it. And too bad, so sad.
You're the one that dragged me the fuck out of my basement and got me doing something. So.
Well, if you weren't doing it, what would you be doing? Right? You'd probably be sitting at home playing guitar.
Living life.
I teach like 3 or 4 different instruments, so I mean, I could be doing that.
How do you guys feel when you guys are up on stage?
That's the best half hour of my life, man.
I feel hard. Worse than Viagra.
All our songs double in tempo almost.
Don't even need Viagra.
That's the best half hour of my life.
Just
That's
like
what
that.
we do it all
It's
for,
like,
man.
You're just hard, man. That's it. You just feel hard. The adrenaline, it's there.
Just stiff dicking it the whole show, man.
Hard, that's it.
How do you guys prep before a show?
How do I prep before a show? I got a fast picking hand.
We collect all of our gear. We get to the gig.
Shot of prairie fire before I hit the stage. That's it.
A couple of these Pabst Blue Ribbon, is that being sponsored in this video? I don't know.
Well, yeah. Not too many. This guy has fun. Sometimes we have some beer.
Yeah, every once in a while it gets a little bit more unruly than others. Well, tonight was not that night.
No, tonight we get to play first and we get to leave hammered. All right.
We'll just cut that out.
Sorry. No, that's all right. Sometimes
I didn't know there was restrictions on this interview. I'm sorry.
Right. What do you guys do on your off time?
I work a full-time job, and I'm a parent to my 3-year-old son.
Yeah. I just wake up, go to work, come home, and I will just parent. Until bedtime.
Yeah, we're regular people, man.
My daughter comes down, hits the drums on the keyboard, and drives me crazy, and I just play along to it till she shuts the keyboard
9 to 5 at work, come home and practice for 2 hours every single day.
It's not like we're dressing up in cloaks and hitting satanic rituals on a Friday night.
Yeah, just hanging out. I watch all the cool YouTube stuff.
We'll cut that one out too. No, just kidding.
That was good. You should keep.
I'll keep that
one.
one.
I watch a lot of YouTube stuff with my daughter, so I watch a lot of stuff that shouldn't be there, in my opinion. But she likes it for some reason.
Don't be scared to go out of the box, kids.
I'll tell you. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's no way I'm putting my family on YouTube. Oh boy, imagine my YouTube family.
Yeah, that'd be out there. That'd be something else.
This is my YouTube family. Yeah.
What are your guys' hobbies?
Every 5 minutes, my kid going outside with a fucking 8-foot bomb.
What are our hobbies? I'll start with myself. I play guitar every occasional once in a while that I manage to get out of my house and do something for myself. I'll go skateboard. I don't know, just life what normal people do.
Drumming, guitaring, accordion.
Going to Canada's
Ukulele.
Wonderland on a weekend, like going to anything, just things that normal people do.
Human activity.
Human activity, yeah.
Not just cycling and playing guitar, and that's it. Good cyclist. Ride.
Get on that bike.
Oh, always.
Didn't know that.
Always ride your bicycle.
We learned something new, kids. That's great.
Always. Bicycle, my guitar. That's my hobby.
All right.
What are your opinions on the scene now compared to back in the day?
Well, the 90s were a really strong time for metal around here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I guess Trevor's got a different idea of back in the day, really.
Yeah.
Back then, well, you had different venues, right? There was a few more venues. I remember downtown there was the Pandemic. We also had
we
the
had
Verg.
Embassy, we had
You
the
could go to
Slida, we
the
had
Rec Room.
Rec Room.
Even in the 90s,
So,
well, you had the Electric Banana downtown there.
You had the Banana, you had Bob's. What was it? Dirty
Everything.
Bob's?
There's Friars. This place, the Town and Country.
I'll make one valid
There were all
point
different
here.
venues where everybody played everywhere.
I'm going to make one valid point here. One thing
Key
that
West,
one
the
thing that
early
does
80s.
bother me in the scene today versus what it used to be is 10 or 15 years ago, kids used to just go out and see their bands, have fun, have a good time, and now I'm going to shows and it's just like I'm seeing these kids that are doing their own thing. Don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted, but it's just like it's almost like a lust for violence. These kids are a lot more violent today than they used to be, man. And you see that when you go to shows, you see it in the pit. These kids just want to be violent with each other, and that's not what it's about, man. That's not what going to shows is about. So I don't understand that aspect of it myself.
What's that, like the high flying roundhouse kicks?
Yeah, it's like karate
Swinging
lessons
arms.
in the fucking pit.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like
First show I took my
don't-
son
I
to,
don't
16
get that,
years
man.
old. This kid come by me and did a roundhouse kick. You know, all to each their own, because everybody
it
stood
used
back.
to be
so they
good
knew
fun
what
in
it
the
was.
pit.
I'm
Now
the
it's
guy.
just it's not. You
I
gotta
didn't know
watch
that.
out for yourself. You have to watch out for these kids that
I was
just
like, what are
want
these
to be
guys
violent, man.
You gotta watch out for the Momo lovers, right?
Slit your wrist, Satan is good. Slit your wrist. No, it doesn't say that. You said Momo, I'm just being a voice.
Tell us what to expect in the future.
Oh shit, Kings of Chaos.
Yeah, Kings of Chaos. Kings of Chaos. You Pray to No One is about to be hitting the public in the very near future.
Yeah.
Got some brand new merch
Jam-packed.
out as of tonight. Got some new t-shirts, got some new
Receiver
pullover
white.
hoodies, some new tunes are coming. Like, there's lots of good stuff to expect from Loveless Child in the near future. It's coming, man.
How much does fans and merchandise mean to you guys?
How much does fans and merch?
Yeah, fans
Man,
and
know what it
merch
is?
mean to you.
If I see somebody wearing my shirt, you know what? It almost brings tears to my eyes. Because you know what? I always thought, oh, who's gonna like my shit? You know what I mean? Who's gonna like it? And when I see people that do like it, it does. I'm not an
Hey, look
egotistical
around,
man, and I
look
say
at
thank you. Anybody
Yeah.
wearing it anywhere. When I hear somebody say, "Man, I was at a show and I saw somebody wearing one of your shirts," I'm just like, "Wow, that's awesome." It's
I was
awesome. It's an awesome feeling, and it is. It's like got a lot of weird designs, they're all right, but then sometimes wonder, oh, somebody's just gonna look at it, buy it, and then wear it once, and it hangs up in their shelf, and then you sometimes see people like, this guy's sporting one right here, right?
I was gonna say I was actually very, very humbled and very happy when we were done our set and the next band
And I
went
find-
on and I looked out in the crowd
But
and there's
also-
so many Bloodless Child.
But I find when people buy
all
your
sorts
merch,
of Bloodless Child
there's
logos.
some things in the scene that some things are really messed up. Some of it is how you're. How do I say it? You go to a show, you buy a shirt for $50. To me, that's a crock of shit. I don't care if the arena is all ages, and I don't care if it holds 20,000 people. They sold 20,000 tickets. Does that venue not get that money? And then they turn around and that venue said venue rapes the bands. They want 35% of their merch money.
Yeah.
And like they say, in the day and age where everybody's downloading, anybody can get whatever they want. You go on YouTube, take a video, and convert it to MP3 if you want. You can do all that. So all of a sudden they just turn around and say, oh, well, now you got to pay us to play here. on top of their $20 beers and everywhere else, because it's in other cities. It's just not London, Ontario. It's everywhere. In every place. There's some places in Toronto people who don't like to go to shows because they doubled their price of liquor. Next thing you know, they do that. Why? Oh, it's all ages. So we better rate the musicians.
$18 a king can.
The venues are bilking fans and they're bilking musicians too, man. It's crazy.
You know, and you gotta sell your merch if you're gonna get anywhere on the road. A lot of labels, I swear, you know, it's how it works. They get their label gets them to tour, the label pays for their merch, their label pays for their album. They gotta work their ass off, sell their shit. But you know, it gets down to it where, you know, a lot of these, you know, maybe that's why some of these big bands are retiring, man. How can you go out on the road if you got to sell your shirt for $50
paid back, but you didn't make any money,
and
man.
then make your $20 back because you would have wanted $35, $40 for a shirt. Right? So it's, I don't know, but still when I see people wearing the merch, love them.
Love it, man.
How do you guys promote your shows?
Social media, like 100% of the time, man.
That's pretty much social media.
Word of mouth.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Word of mouth is good too. Throwing those flyers out there, telling your friends, telling your family, telling everybody.
Yeah, you gotta do that on Wednesday, right? They tear them down on Wednesday or something downtown.
Are you serious? They have a day?
They do that?
Oh,
they
man,
all the signs clean.
I don't know about.
I
don't know how that is governed anymore, but
somebody needs an 18 that done Richmond.
Even if they don't look like they're going to come to your show, tell them anyways.
Yeah,
tell them anyways. You never know who's going to show up.
That's the thing too, right? With social media, and I've had it before. People are saying, "Hey, man, can you go and put maybe interested in coming to this show?" I'm 8 hours away. I don't drive. Why am I going to even put on there? I'm interested to go to that show. Well, it makes the numbers look better and it makes people want to go.
Well,
the band is the one that has to do that.
That's not who's actually showing up.
If you know, and that's where the scene is weird too, because you can put it on there and you can look at an event page that says, oh, look, 250 people coming. I've seen that, man. And then you go to a show and there's 25. There's sometimes 25 people. So it's like, what do you do?
All right. Where was the first show you guys played, or where was your guys' first show?
Like, what do you mean? Is that a double question?
Same question. So, the first show you played, or like Braden's first show ever he played?
Okay.
Key West Talbot back in '84.
Wow.
Played with a band called
84.
Jeez, can't remember the name of the band.
My first show with Bloodless Child was
Get back
at
to me
the Diesel Room at the Atria in Oshawa on January the 21st of 2017.
Oh, that's great. Let's just get it here now.
My first show? 12 years ago. It was at the Pandemic with Wetworks and that is our band. But yeah, it was at the Pandemic. That was where my first show ever was that I played
The
live.
Slab, and we opened for Dioxin. I remember now. Yeah,
The very first Bloodless Child show was at the Brunny in St. Thomas for a birthday party. 7:30.
That was a good one.
What was your worst show experience at Loveless Child?
Oh, shit!
Okay, man, this is where the dirt comes out here. Right?
All right, let's get talking.
Wasn't there?
Oh, he wasn't there. This guy wasn't there.
Trev's got nothing on this.
Their prior guitar player. I'm not even going to say his name. I won't say his name.
Just a prior guitar player. We know who we're talking about.
More than one show occasion, I've never seen anybody try to play live and tune their guitar wrong. Completely obliterated to the fact that he didn't even know when we were going to start, where it was
sleeping in a chair beforehand.
Yeah, I do that, but that's not my worst show. That was pretty bad, because in the end of the long run of that one, he was just so intoxicated, couldn't tune his guitar at all, and he was inebriated beyond belief, and just took his guitar and smashed it across the floor of the Richmond Hotel. I'm sure the interviewer might know who that guy was, but I'm
sure the interviewer does know.
He is a good guy. He is a good guy. Some people like to drink and have
off of him before he smashed it too.
We recently.
I was going to say my worst show has probably been here at the 765.
Was it last spring spring, summer, we were banned from a
Oh
venue in
yes,
London.
yeah, that
Due
was
to
bad.
it was due to a whole misconception of
A lot of
people,
things.
what people saw to what they said to other people, that they thought something was happening but wasn't happening. But meanwhile, at the same time, another guy was inebriated. Like I said, no names here, 'cause there's no animosity towards it. But it was a pretty bad show because then we didn't even get to play. And the
Yeah,
whole night went
that was a
completely
very
nuts.
bad experience for everybody
Poor
involved.
security where there was absolutely none. Moshpit started going a little bit intense, and bartenders went kind of scared. They didn't know what to do. There was just two girls at the bar.
It was
The bar
very
packed.
overwhelming. It was a very
packed.
overwhelming time.
It
got very out of
thing of it all
hand.
being not allowed at the venue was just like a whole misconception of what somebody saw, whereas what they thought something was happening, but that wasn't the case.
Versus the very, very,
So,
very
you know,
embellished truth
Those
of what they said.
those 2 nights were probably, I would say, my worst shows. Other than that, I went all the way to Windsor and played for 2 people for 2.5 hours. But no, I loved it. I don't call it a bad show because those 2 guys said, "Hey man, we're gonna go tell all these guys they're freaking idiots."
I was going to say there was that night that we played at the Richmond for 2 hours straight and the fucking opening band made off with our paycheck.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, that happened too. That was alright.
But that was a bar mistake.
What is your advice on newer bands starting out in the scene?
Stay sober when you play.
Yeah, good call.
Because if you've ever been fucking hammered, try and play guitar hammered in your ears. You think it sounds really good, but in the long run,
it's sloppy.
You become like any drum. You can repeat yourself 1,000 times. Hey man, what song are we doing? Hey man, what song are we doing? You can do that kind of thing over and over. Not your tone, your ears. Your ears are your thing. Man. You got to hear what's going on.
Absolutely.
And when you're drunk, man, you already know. You can't stand up straight. How are you gonna hear straight? I just say be sober when you play. I don't, be sober until you play. I know it's hard if you're a headlining band. Yeah, have a few beers. Don't get it.
All right. Would you like to add anything or give any shout outs to anyone, and where can we find your guys' music?
Shout out to all the people that support us and all the people that come out to the shows and all the people that buy the merch and everybody, man. You guys keep us from fucking going hungry. You guys keep us going, man.
All the big social media sites.
I go hungry for
Nation, Bandcamp, SoundCloud. Everybody has their stuff.
Hungry for the I say find music at Reverb Nation, Bandcamp,
Bandcamp, Reverb Nation, SoundCloud. A little bit of SoundCloud. Hoping to get Spotify off the ground.
That'd be alright. I hate spending money. I do. I hate spending money. I'd rather spend my money on merch so people can have the merch. We always bring out physical copies. There's 9 releases that are out there. There's 9. It's a big shout out to everybody that supports us for sure. People doing this interview right now, support to them for wanting to do an interview with us.
Yeah, for
sure. There's everything.
All right, thank you very much for your time, guys, and thanks for me being a huge fan of Bloodless Child over the years.
Thanks, buddy. It's good to hang out with you and answer a couple of questions.
There you go.
Fuck you, cow.
Cheers, guys. Fuck you, cow without
Fuck
the cow.
you, touch yourself.
Yeah, that's what you say. You pray to no one. Thank you.
Table over there, that's not called Fruits to Feast.
Hey, thanks so much for being a part of this documentary, guys.
Yeah, buddy.
No problem.
Can you tell us a bit about yourself and the history of when you guys formed?
Yeah, buddy. So it started with this guy. I brought like a couple members together, wanted to make a new metal project, and anyways, long story short, we started writing some tunes, and he picked the name Vaginal Embryonic Discharge in the Aborted Fetus Forest.
It's a very long name.
Yeah, and then we shortened it to Aborted Forest, and then now everyone in the band except for me hates it, so now it's Lucid Mind. So we're Lucid Mind.
Can you introduce yourselves and your role in the band?
True. I'm Spinny, I'm the vocalist.
I'm Matt, I do keys. I'm Kyel, I do guitar 1. Jason, I do drums. Andy, I do guitar 2. And Josh, bass guitar.
Bass. Josh the bassist.
Yeah. What are your experiences about the scene?
We're all pretty new, but in like the scene with this band, but we've all had previous projects. Me and Matt were in Active Chaos. What was your band again?
Atrophic Visions, that was my high school band.
Yeah, APK, you played a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, we've all just been like metalheads for a long time and going to shows and just trying to support the scene as much as possible. Now we're in the scene, it's nice, instead of just like enjoying it.
Did you guys play in any other bands before?
Yeah, Active Chaos.
Yeah.
Active Chaos, Kavara, Active Chaos. Atrophic Visions. Atrophic Visions. I don't know if you guys.
School band.
What was your band?
Well, I played in an old band called the Donkey Punchers.
Oh, that's great, the Donkey Punchers.
Yeah,
Sick
shout
name.
out to my Donkey Punchers out there. Some nameless bands from me.
Is there any unorganized members of your band?
Pretty much all of us.
Yeah.
Vitoed? I'm pretty organized. I'm pretty good.
Yeah, okay. I'm not very organized.
Yeah, I would say a lot of us are.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, raise a hand. Who's unorganized?
I am very unorganized.
Unorganized, okay.
Hey.
If not playing in a band, what would you see yourselves doing?
Probably live sound.
Probably masturbating.
That too.
I mean, I do that anyway, but yeah.
Visual art. Probably like a developer of some sort, something in the tech industry. Prostitution.
I can see it. You're pretty sexy.
I can buy it. Thank you.
What do you guys feel like when you guys are playing on stage emotionally wise?
It's a rush.
I feel exhilarated.
Yeah.
It's like nothing else.
I feel like I want to hate fuck the world. Like there's.
You just poke a little hole in the side of the earth and just put your dick
Yeah,
in
just
there.
like.
Oh, that works too.
Anyways.
Kyle is his world, by the way.
You're okay. How do you guys prep before a show?
We don't.
We practice a little bit.
What practice? I was like, hey guys, let's practice, and you're like, okay. And it was just me and Jason for like 2 minutes. No practice.
But it was fun.
Just going blind.
Right before our show, I stretch a fair bit. Gotta get the muscles warm. But it's because I drum, so.
I like playing not first because then I can warm up to the other bands. But when we're first, you can't. You just have to go for it.
Yeah.
No preparation whatsoever.
It's still went great.
What do you guys do on your off time when you guys aren't jamming or playing shows?
Masturbating.
Yeah, it's pretty much like 90% band stuff and music.
I work a fair bit.
Working minimum wage job. Yeah. I work by masturbating.
Jesus Christ, Kyle. It's enough.
You better not if you're damn boss.
What are your hobbies?
Drinking.
Stop! It is fun. It is. I don't know why you guys hate it so much. Like, I fucking love it. Hey, what else are you gonna do with your free time?
What are your opinions on the scene now compared to back in the day?
It's a lot more technical. Yeah. It's a lot more technical. Music has definitely progressed over the past few years than it was back then.
A lot, like really focusing on the musicality of metal lately, rather than just playing heavy. Like heavy's always great, but it's good to see like people putting in the time. You know, the decades in their bedroom practicing. You know, it pays off, and it's for this, right? You don't get any high school friends because you're practicing your sweep picking and shit.
Yeah, that was me for sure. There's not sweet picking.
Tell us what to expect in the future.
Good
Music.
Lots of content.
Lots of good, sweet content.
How much does fans and merchandise mean to you guys?
Everything. They are us.
Without them, there weren't nothing.
Yeah, we just got merch for the first time and sold our first shirt. Feels good, right? We're going places. Hi, Mom.
How do you guys promote your shows?
Mostly spitting.
Social media, we try
Social media, word of mouth. I put posters on some of the walls around like hot spots.
Word of mouth too. Just talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Where was the first show you guys played, or where was the first show a member in your band has played?
APK back in, oh god, I was in grade 10, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Roxbury 2 or 3 years ago.
Richmond Tavern with Tijuana Crack Bar.
I played the bar called the Bomb Shelter like 8 years ago.
Grade 8 from elementary school. Put up all these fetuses. It was nice.
We'll give it a real show.
Oh, real show. Not sure.
Was it Battle of the Bands?
I think so.
Yeah.
Battle of the Bands. That was last year.
Yeah.
With these guys.
Yeah, our first show was Battle of the Bands too. At Fan Shot, Outback Shack.
Where was the first show you guys played as a band?
Us?
As this group here.
Yeah.
Well, with Jason, it was here.
About a month ago.
Yeah.
And then first one as a band, all of us together, or at least this band, was Outback Shack at Fan Shot, Battle of the Bands. Came close. Solid second place. Who won that? Space the Trees?
No, it was personal
space, yeah. They're good.
What was your worst show experience?
Like as a band or individually?
Individually.
Oh.
Well, mine was, I was playing a show at the ABK with my old band, Tropic Visions, and after the first song that we played, my bottom string broke, which was the most important string, obviously, and so I had to borrow Beyond Deviation's guitar, and it was just so difficult to play because I was not used to it, but thank God for them for supplying me with their guitar. It was really nice of them.
Yeah. My low E string on my bass snapped, and then the sound guy snipped it, and I had to figure out how to do metal without a low E string. First set. Oh, it was 30 seconds into the first song. Yeah, it was fun. What about you, Matt?
Probably that whole show we played.
Oh yeah.
My
Wait, at the Taj Mahal?
Yeah, we were fucking
last song,
dusted.
I must have pressed something. I don't know what happened. The keyboard, no sound for the last song, so I just ran in the pit to not look awkward.
Oh jeez. I don't know, I played a show once without a carpet under my kit. After the first song, my bass drum was like 4 feet away from me. I was playing like this by the end of the song. I was like, what the fuck? And then stand up and yank it back towards me every time. It's fucking terrible.
Probably nothing for me, because I'm really good.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, I don't like your ego getting yourself too much.
It's true.
It's not.
What's your worst show experience, Card?
I don't have one either.
How about all the times you didn't do the backup vocals?
Oh yeah, I also don't scream very well, so I haven't screamed my screaming parts. I tried today though.
Yeah, no, I noticed that. It was good.
Oh, I didn't.
You killed it.
I didn't hear it though.
That's because you were this far away from the mic.
Yeah.
F for effort. It was good. Love you.
F for effort, is that what you said?
What is your advice on newer bands starting out and are trying to form to play shows inside the scene?
Don't play with Kyel. Wow.
We are a newer band starting on the scene, but I'd say just get music out ASAP.
Yeah.
Don't play with children.
Fuck off. Practice all the fucking time.
Yeah, you should practice on your own time, right? Rehearsals for everyone else to play together, and have fun. It's not supposed to be serious all the time. If you're having fun, other people are having fun.
I say play with Kyle. He's the best.
Thank
you were the best.
Someone appreciates
No, he
me.
says he's really good.
Yeah, I said I'm really good. He's the best.
Thank you.
Would you guys like to add anything or give any shout outs, or where can we find your guys' music?
nowhere right this second, but by the release of this DVD, probably everywhere you can find music, like Bandcamp, YouTube, Spotify.
At Lucid Mind.
Lucid Mind. And just add us.
We gotta change our Instagram.
We have
an Instagram?
Yeah, we got an Instagram.
Yeah, we do. And we gotta change it on Facebook too.
Yeah, gotta change all those names.
Okay.
All right.
You'll see us.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks so much for your time, and thanks for me being a huge fan of you guys over the years.
Cheers.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having us.
This is the part where you move. Just a wee little ad for you. All right, this next one's about opening your lucid mind. See what I did there? Got it. It's called Gotcha! love you, London.
Can you introduce yourselves and your role in the band?
I am Bale. I am lead and rhythm guitar.
I'm Bait, number 2, and I'm also lead and rhythm guitar. I'm number 3, Gall, and I play the drums.
I'm number 4, I am Jord, and I play lead bass.
And I am Frey, I am lead vocals and keys.
Can you tell me a bit about your band and its history?
We've been playing for about 2 years now as a group, and been hitting a lot of the local scene, and just basically anything we can get across, we try to do. So if it means that we got to make enough money to put in our gas tank, that doesn't matter. We just want to get across to people and get out there.
We started off, Trevor started the whole thing, and it was years in the making before, and there were some lineup changes, but this is our solid final lineup. And me and him had been practicing a bit before, and then I kind of fell off, and then they got more of a band together, and then I came back in. I actually played bass originally, and then another guitar player left, and I switched to guitar, and we've had a lot of changes, but this is our solid setup right now.
Kind of found our home. It was actually almost exactly a year ago to this date where Gall had gotten me into the band because they were looking for a bass player. So I thought I'd bring something to the table for them. I wouldn't change it for anything.
This was like the dream project that I had. I kind of was keeping this one in my back pocket through many projects that I worked on. I knew I wanted to do something that was like a full theatrical event, as well as, you know, our full ritual when we play. It's a concept album. The whole album links in. It'll actually be a trilogy, the first 3, and we can get more into the story, I guess, later.
What are your experiences about the scene?
Well, me personally, I've been playing live music since I was 18, 19, and we were able to get in. I was playing with Abel Archer when I first started, Rapscallions, and Lower Tony. And I think the scene is fantastic, especially in these local places. So all these real, like, you know, kind of mom and pop places that are the real gems. I think people really appreciate it.
I've been playing this area with a ton of projects for years. Started playing in London probably 2003, 2004. So back in the Embassy days, and the Wick and the Rec Room were the kind of big places to go at that time. So, and the scene just keeps getting stronger. We're starting to build a rather loyal fan base in London and St. Thomas, our home stages. And yeah, we couldn't ask for better crowds than what we get when we're home.
For sure, yeah. The local scene for us as a band has been great, and then traveling out has even been more of a success. We're able to branch out, and when we can come home, none of us worry about anything that we've done to expend our travels. We just worry about getting across to people, and it's always been a success so far.
Yeah, I've played in this scene probably since about 2013, and I've been in bands with both Josh, Frey, and Dale here. And it's always been a good scene around here for metal, for punk. I've been in both types of bands. And, like even tonight, there's like 9 bands, which is really impressive. And it's how so many people can come together in this one area. Hometown shows are always our best shows. We do love to travel and meet new people and stuff, and that's how we bring more people around here, and it's better to bring people back here because this is where we're from.
I've seen the scene. I've been playing local shows for the last probably about 10 years, just in 2 other bands, NLSD, Short John was in NLSD with myself, and we ran strong for like 7 years. But I just love meeting people and networking and experiencing like the happiness that comes from just doing this.
Did you play in any other London bands before?
Plenty, actually. I started, like I said, early 2000s playing with, where did we start? The Blackwood Article. We were like an industrial heavy metal cross. That played all around, like I said, back in the Embassy, Wrecked Room, Wick days. And then I was in No Honor Amongst Thieves with Bait as well. And Miley Cyrus Got Fisted with Bait filled in on the second run we did of that. So
about 2011, 2012 is when I really started. First was with Abel Archer with two brothers. Came back and I did Rapscallions as well with two brothers and another friend from Bullet Tube Tony, which I was also in. And I played lead guitar and switched up my roles a bit for Starbucket. It was kind of, punk pioneers in London and whatnot. Now I'm with these guys.
And myself, I've been with a couple different bands, but the only one that touches our kind of genre has been Make Haste to Mutiny, and things have only gotten better since I started with this band. It's just growing, so it's been good.
Yeah, as Frey said, my first band I joined was No Honor Amongst Thieves, an old band. We played London a lot. We played the Richmond a lot of times.
To death.
Like, so many times. And then I also joined with Bale, and that was actually around the same time. So for a while I was in two bands, and I was working two jobs, and I was extremely busy, but it was some of the best times I ever had. And then after that stuff kind of shifted, I joined My First Got Fisted with Frey, as you mentioned again, and we did that probably for about a year. I played bass in that band. And then now I'm with these guys, and this is the best band that I've ever been a part of. I love these guys to death, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
I think for me it was 2008, 2009. I got Numbers, Letters, Symbols, Dweller together, NLSD. We ran strong for about 7 years, just playing local bars and like basically anywhere from London, 2 hours out, east or west, or north, I guess. Not so much south. We haven't traveled to the States at all. Yeah, so that ran for 7 years, and then that fell apart, and then there was a bit of an instrument switch up where I switched from lead guitar to bass, and our bassist switched to guitar, and we found a new drummer and did like an acoustic folk kind of thing for it. They're still like an active running band right now. I'm just not a part of that anymore. Yeah, and then it just came down to Talbotville Gore, and just writing with these guys has opened my eyes to a lot of like different vibes and grooves and different styles of metal. Like metal's so unique, like there's so many different like pockets of it. And I'm also currently in another active band, Rebel Cell. It's like more of a punk rock band. Another great group of people, and we've been running almost as long as Talbotville Gore, but we're also working on recording this right now as we speak. That's been a good run so far.
Is there anybody really unorganized in the band?
Dale.
Not really.
Just time, nothing else. He's pretty got it together pretty well.
Just thorough. We can't complain about unorganization, though. To be honest, if it's unorganization in any way, it's so minor. Like it's just little things.
We run a very tight ship. Our entire camp, all of our staff, everyone who helps us out, our wives, our friends, everyone knows it's like bing, bang, boom, done. Yeah. The ritual is the most important part, so it's just about getting in the ropes and getting on the stage and presenting it to everyone.
But personally, we're all fairly guilty of it.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes people run late from work or whatever. There's always stuff that happens, but we always get it together in the end, so it works out.
If not playing in a band, what would you see yourselves doing?
Probably recording on a Definitely. I enjoy recording and mixing. I'm not skilled in it by any means. It's always something that's interesting. I would always love to just stay recording and mixing music.
I decided a long time ago that music's always going to be part of my life. Like, I have a full-time job and stuff, but, you know, I could just focus on that. But without music, it would not be very fun.
That's the exact same thing for me.
So
I would be a street busker all the way. For sure.
Yeah, for me, I would just either be a workaholic. I'm pretty guilty of still playing the old video games, but yeah, I'd either just be a workaholic or probably get into a passion of cars and whatnot. That would be personally.
Me, I would probably be. Well, I worked for 8 years in the body mod and body piercing, like tattoo industry. So I'm probably doing body piercing and body mod still. I'm gonna be a dad in May, so probably being a full-time dad would probably be my other option. So.
What do you feel when you guys are up on stage?
So a quick synopsis of what our story is. The Five Stakes, which is our first album coming out shortly, it all circles around a nameless character who's having prophetic nightmares about the end of the world, and he finds out he's going to become our anti-hero, the Lightbearer. And I try to put myself in the mindset to channel what I picture the Lightbearer to be and bring that forth and speak the dark word.
Me personally, best way I can describe it, a very visceral kind of outer being controlled chaos in a sense, but with a very kind of beautiful and somewhat coordinated action with how we all are and how we all interact. And that's why with the stage show, it's something so huge to us. And instantly, that's how we all knew we clicked. And it's something that, you know, most people have a hard time dealing with or being able to do. And I think, you know, speaking for all of us, we're all very fortunate for that. And I wouldn't change that for anything, really.
Myself, I know from from the start I played drums. I knew right away when I entered a little pocket when I start playing, I go into a zone and I can forget everything. So I just want to bring that to other people and show people what it's like to be in that zone, and hopefully they see that. That's my goal.
So when I get on stage, I have it almost gives me like purpose. I get up there to like let off steam and stuff like that. Before music, like I would just go to shows and stuff and be in the mosh pit. But once you get on stage, it kind of gives you a sense of like being like there's nothing like playing on stage live. Absolutely nothing. I couldn't compare it to any drug you can think of in the world. It's just something completely different. It's its own beast.
Yeah, I definitely feel complete relaxation. Like, one of the main reasons I do this is just like that feeling of getting on stage and just getting in front of people and just letting go. Even whether you're on a stage like in your basement in front of your buddies or just like by yourself jamming, just like music, you can just let go and immerse yourself in everything. I live for that.
How do you prep before a show?
Part of it's visual, for sure.
It's definitely visual.
And I mean, for me, I hydrate. Because I'm the drummer, I lose about half my body weight in water. So, but these guys, I mean, they pretty much go over their gear, and we all keep track of our belongings, and that's everything falls in line that way.
As serious,
Sorry. Oh, it's all good.
As serious as the message of the whole effort on what we put in behind this and for looks and everything, I think the fact that we can just be civil and like humor with each other and work each other up, build confidence, let each other know like, you know, this is gonna be great no matter what, because we're all doing this together, and that's only what really matters for us.
Yeah.
Just being our individual selves and just working up on each other. That's the way we do it.
I definitely have to get into that headspace. You know, for me, it's almost spiritual thing for me to definitely kind of push through and get the story out. And it's something in me that I want to release. I've always used vocals and performing to release that inner stress and aggression and anxiety, the things that people carry around that really weigh them heavy in their life. I definitely like to get that out and leave it on the floor.
I used to have this, some people think it's a little crazy ritual, but I used to listen to Michael Jackson's Bad album for every show. If anyone tells you that Thriller's better than Bad, I say they are wrong.
Yeah, you don't need that negativity in your life.
I haven't done that as often now because when we're road tripping together, I get it, not everyone likes Michael Jackson, so we kind of have our own little playlist that plays a little bit of everyone's stuff.
Look up Talbotville Gore Radio on Spotify.
Yeah. You'll see our mixed playlist of all of our influences and what we like to jam out to.
What do you guys do when you guys are performing or jamming?
So what do we do outside of performance?
Yeah, so on your off times.
What off time? I do all the social media and promotion and visual, and I sew all the costumes, I procure the makeup, everything down to the shoes that these guys wear is planned. So maybe not right now. But so I probably put at least 30 hours a week into doing stuff for Talbotville Gore. Outside of that, I got a Joe job just like everyone else. People see me on and off stage and they're like, that's different. And like I said before, now I'm just getting ready to be a dad and spending time with my wife and enjoying that. So that's what I do outside.
I spend a majority of my time working through the local union hall, pouring concrete. Other than that, I don't know. I'm just
say video games.
Video games. Video games. Been picking up a lot of good books lately too, and just trying to chill more with myself. And kind of get into that good mental state and practice whenever I can.
Me, do construction as well, and aside from that, I just like to be at my home and band. But when I'm not doing the band, I kind of like to be the handyman around the backside. I'll do whatever the band needs. I mean, about a year ago we started a little project and we built an enclosed trailer, and that has been a pretty big help. We haven't had to rent stuff anymore to move our gear place to place. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do with my stuff. I'll be the handyman or I'll be at home trying to catch sleep because I love sleep.
Yeah, I work a full-time job too at a Himalaya group. Some of my boys are actually just over there watching right now. They keep me pretty busy, you know, over 44 hours a week, and all my spare time goes into this or just sleeping because, you know, I need to catch on that most of the time.
I work at a transport truck dealership on the parts counter, so just handing out parts all day, looking up stuff. But other than that, I like spending time with the family, a beautiful girlfriend and stepson, and just basically family activities, taking care of the house. The house is a lot. There's always, everything breaks all the time, so you always got to fix stuff you didn't plan on. So I spend a lot of time doing that, and with my other band as well. But that's pretty much it.
What are your hobbies?
Hobbies, well, I'm a giant nerd, so I have a regular Dungeons and Dragons game that I go and play. Shout out to Dungeon Master Matteo. Other than that, I like to, I play some guitar. I work on a solo project as well. Yeah, free time's pretty much eaten up by doing social media, graphic design, booking, you know, searching out, finding new people to connect with. So that's pretty much my hobby is this. So
me personally, consistently, and I'll hold it to myself always, consistently trying to figure out more of music, practicing and playing the bass. Once again, either just playing vids or reading and kind of just chilling and having my time to myself. Nothing too fancy, really.
My hobbies, I mean, aside from the band as well, I love to catch UFC events. I like to chill at home. You forgot that, didn't you? Once in a while, I'll go see a Knights game. They're always fun to watch, but the band is a great focus for me, and it's where I try to keep a foot in that box all the time.
Hobbies for me, I don't have many. I'm lucky if I can play video games one night out of the week, maybe. Actually, me and my brother are into some mini wargaming stuff, like painting up little miniature models and doing that. I haven't done that very much recently because the band's been really busy and stuff, and busy with work, but you know, those are just kind of, you know, it's kind of nerdy, but whatever, it's fun.
Yeah, we're not as cool as we look.
Yeah.
And that's even still far-fetched.
I know. And for myself, like pretty much just music all the time. Like I got Talbotville Gore and I have another project, and I'm always thinking and creating new ideas, and just built a new computer so I can start mixing properly and process everything, just all the ideas that everybody has. So music's definitely number one hobby in many forms. Other than that, I like disc golfing, skateboarding, going to work. Just kidding. I'd rather be doing my hobbies.
Pretty
much all.
What are your opinions on the scene now compared to back in the day?
Oh, I guess I go farthest back. It's a very different scene. We used to have a very core scene that went place to place and went to events like you would be one weekend at the Wick, next at the Embassy, and then you'd be at the Richmond, and it moved around. But what I found out, we almost have a fractured scene, and I think a big part of it is our lack of dependable transit. People don't want to get down to the other end of Dundas Street and be stranded at the East End when they have to go all the way back to the West End. I found that Uber and Lyft and stuff like that has kind of lifted that strain on getting people out, but it's hard because if you oversaturate this scene, people will just kind of ignore you. So we try to be really strict on how many shows we take in a year. Like locally, we really want people to want it by the time we get on stage.
Personally, I'm kind of the worst with keeping up with the scene and whatnot. I haven't really played it too heavily. It hasn't been since I've come back down to southwestern Ontario to really be doing nuts with these guys. But I can just tell and hearing from everybody, like just how much it's changed, but it's still faithful. Everybody has hope and everything, which is just immensely appreciated. And I think it's just a matter of keeping everybody together to do it, and it's kind of have that drive and just keep pushing at it no matter what.
My opinion on the scene is it's quite the investment. You gotta give some, but you get some back. And you always gotta look at what you're getting back and not look at what you're not getting. It may not be money, but you're getting something. As long as you're investing in the scene, you're making a name for yourself, you're making new musical friends, you're getting other bands to get on your bill. It's all a take and give kind of thing. So yeah, it's all been an investment so far.
Yeah, all the shows I've played around here, I'd say the seems pretty consistently like good. I mean, first I was in like a thrash metal scene, and then like I think there was a little bit of a hip hop scene going on around the same time, and there might be a little bit of a hip hop scene now. I'm not sure, but
that's what killed it.
Definitely hip hop scene now. And you know, like now we play with like all different kinds of bands, so you know, it doesn't feel like it's just one genre anymore. I feel like there's so much variety nowadays.
It's growing diverse.
Yeah, it's getting.
I definitely agree with the consistency. That's what I was thinking. It's just kind of, I don't know, it's in and out. It's hit or miss, right? I don't know if it's because Canada's so big, so it's like you don't have everybody in a little spot to always come out to the same shows, but some shows you think, oh hey, Facebook says this, so it's going to be huge, and you get there and the turnout's it's okay. But the main thing is just having a good time, and usually anybody who's there, you're there for a good time. Everybody usually achieves that. So yeah, it's been pretty consistent, I'd say.
We also have a lot of
family.
really great people. We have a lot of really great people in London. You know, Jim here at Oldie 765, he's a huge supporter of us. Brandon Eady, you know, he's got us on some great bills. Marcus McLean. You know, there's a bunch of great people. That's not even all of them. Like I just dropped the first three that came to my mind. But we have great support locally as well, and those people who are bringing in the bands that we want to play with. You know, they're a gift to a band like us because we're a very niche market, and sometimes people have to take a chance on the guys covered in blood and paint. that are going to come in and take over your establishment?
We're not really like everybody else.
Tell us what to expect in the future.
Sheer and utter awesomeness and full of power.
Releasing the album is definitely top priority list right now. We're just finishing up the final little finessing touches on it. Also, definitely want to get out on the road and tour some more through more of Ontario into Quebec, and then do some bigger tours down the road. We've got a lot of stuff that we have to get in line first, but I can't see anything other than working with my four brothers and going forward and just taking over the world.
That's honestly our ultimate plan, is to take over the world and have all of you behind us.
Yeah.
How much does fans and merchandise mean to
I think fans are probably our main thing, really.
That's why we do this.
It's all a part of not only the stage show, but being intimate and interactive with everybody and making sure that we can get that message across under any circumstances. Whether they're paying to get in or it's a free show, we just want to make the most for everybody to have the best experience that they ever can and be able to talk about it and have it just encrypted into their minds forever.
Coming to see Talbotville Gore, you're getting your money's worth. We make sure that nobody's leaving wishing that there was more. Everyone is absolutely spent when we step off the stage. The fans, especially the local support, friends and family, and people, like I took my mother for lunch at White Oaks Mall, and people were coming up and asking us about the next shows, and it's I've never had this level of recognition. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you to all of you out there who are out supporting us and receiving the word of the light bearer.
Yeah, I feel like the merch is just kind of, it's there to give people something that they can take home, like a physical thing, or sometimes people have a few too many drinks and maybe they don't remember, but if they go home with a Talbotville Gore shirt, they're going to at least look us up when they come to.
It's like a marketing thing.
Yeah.
Fans, like, merch would be part of this.
Yeah, the fans are always first. And, when we have music, that's just another thing for them to take home and enjoy. And, it's, if anything, it's more, if we don't get paid very much for a show, we try to sell the merch to make our gas money.
That's always came through too. Especially on the bad shows where we can make $40. We're like, well, we sold 2 shirts.
We got gas.
We got gas.
Good guy. How do you guys promote your shows?
Social media is huge. That's our main number one.
Which we can all thank to Frey over here.
Absolutely. Yeah, verbally talking to people as well. You reach out to our families. Yeah. Everybody gets their families involved. That's another
The calling cards have been a huge one recently. We decided to do some calling cards up, and it's kind of like you met a member of Talbotville Gore kind of thing. And when people recognize us outside, hand them a card and it immediately, or if they don't and they're asking about the band or you're in a situation at a show, I hand out hundreds of the things, and it's just something quick, and it's a great idea for any other bands out there that are trying to find a way to quickly promote. Business cards, they're your best friends. Calling cards.
Get all your online handles and whatnot.
Yeah.
Just communicate hugely.
We're a heavy presence on our online stuff and make sure that we have a lot of social media presence. So
courtesy to Frey.
Yeah. Forever and always.
Where was your first show, and what was your worst show experience?
What's up with
Dominion House in Windsor, our very first show.
That was a rocky set, that's for sure.
I don't know that was our worst.
That was the first one though.
That's how I knew instantly that we're all meant to be, just by playing together.
I think it was how long was it till we figured out there was no sound guy, so we were the sound guy for our own show.
But just
that made it tricky.
Just instantly we knew we can all connect. Like for one of our songs, Alpha Has Omega.
And the entire image and everything of the band wasn't even entirely formed at that time. We were definitely
feeling it up,
still experimenting, and we got some feedback from the crowd. We definitely didn't want to do hometown for the first one. We wanted to be fully formed and give London, St. Thomas what they deserve, because this is our home center, and this is where we want people to really know us.
What is your advice on your band starting out in the scene?
Push, communicate,
network.
Make sure
Your
get
worst
along
show will
with
teach you the most. That's for sure. Sorry.
Definitely get along. Make sure you're like friends with people that you're working with, or if you're not friends, at least know that you're on a level where you can work with that person. It's really hard to work with incompatibility, right?
Well, exactly, the whole communication thing. Hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst.
Yes.
But stay positive in that mindset, or even be neutral, and just literally communicate.
And there's a lot of contacts out there. There's a lot of people who just want to help the music, especially the heavy metal scene here in London. Barry Photography, he goes out and takes photos of every band he can catch, and he's an awesome guy. He takes phenomenal photos. Cameron Black as well. He's another guy, photographs and video. We owe a lot to Cameron, so it's a big shout out to you. But definitely make those contacts. Go talk to people. Find your friend who wants to learn to be a photographer. Get them out into the show. Have them taking pictures. Get your friend who wants to learn to do video. Get them videotaping. When you're doing your music video, find someone local. Everything that you can do local. Every person you help out, they're going to help you out down the road. So make sure that you're utilizing things like we've got great record studios in the area. We've got King George over at Skin City Records, and he's great as well. Check him out on Spotify.
My biggest advice would be your worst shows are going to teach you the best lessons, and take that to the bank.
Hard times make hard men.
Right?
Yeah, I'd say you also want to make sure that you want to get when you have your songs all solid, you want to record, you want to give them a CD, you got to give them something they can listen to, or just merch. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, even if you make your own shirts with your band logo on it, something where they can be like, oh yeah, I saw this band, because bands that don't have anything, if nobody buys your stuff, they're going to be like, oh, who was that band again last night? So it's really good. CDs have something to give, a solid thing to give. Yeah. Not that merch is everything, but CDs is a huge one too.
It's always the need for a fan. You got a CD? Well, yeah, we do. Get one for yourself. That'll help.
I know. Here's one. I don't know.
Would you like to add anything or any shout outs, and where can we find your guys' music?
Yeah, shout outs. Definitely all of our family, friends that support us. That's a big shout out to you guys. Wow, I don't want to forget people. I'm just going to say the London scene in general, and St. Thomas scene. Thank you guys so much for the support and love. George Taylor, King George from Skin City Records has been a huge help to us. Shirt for Brains does our t-shirts and merchandise. Zappatelli Props does some of our merchandise as well. Check him out on Instagram. Cameron Black doing photographs. Brandon Eady, Marcus McLean. I don't want to forget people.
Jim Ferr-eira.
Yeah, Jim for sure. And Jay over there, our head of security and our all-star roadie.
You can assure that we are in safe hands when he is here. He's like a volunteer security guard.
But just thank you to all of you, and you guys too, for involving us in this. This is an exciting project. So. As for music, the 5 Stakes will be released this spring. So we haven't set an exact date, but by the time this comes out, you should be able to find it on Spotify and all the other music streaming sites. There'll be stuff on our YouTube channel. There already is stuff on our YouTube channel. There's stuff on our SoundCloud you can check out. There's a bunch of stuff there. We got a lot of rough mixes and stuff that are available, and live videos. But until the album drops, that's what you're gonna have to deal with.
I can't really top that. Sorry.
That's okay, Jordan. We got you.
Yeah, he summed it all up pretty much. I mean, Lay's dad does that.
Oh yeah, Bob plays out Mad Hatter Embroidery for sure for doing our hats and all of our embroidery needs. So Mad Hatter Embroidery, definitely check him out sometime this local.
And our wives, that's probably a good one.
I want to shout out to my family. They've always been there, supported me. They give me constructive criticism. We bring that into our music. Even family and friends, they do the same thing. They allow us to build on what they say we should do. And the local scene that just comes out and check us out, we thank them as well.
I'm a sociopath, so I thank myself. Sticking with it, being dedicated.
Oh shit.
And loving everybody. Yeah, being the best person.
Living my best life. Yeah, I have to thank Meg, my girlfriend. She supports me a lot. Even, this takes a lot of time away from like hanging out with her and stuff, and her little boy Zayden, I always give Zayden like merch and stuff. He loves our band. He's a little too young to come out to shows, but I'll get him out soon. Yeah.
He'll be coming to all of it.
Yeah. They're both awesome. Big part of my life.
Thank you so much for your time, and thanks for being a part of this documentary, guys.
Thank you.
Check us out on Facebook.com/Talbotville Gore.
Rock on. Oh, my legs.
Oh, now hail Satan.
Yeah. Did you want to do it?
Hey, thank you so much for doing this documentary, guys.
Welcome, man.
No worries, bro.
Anytime.
All right, can you tell us a bit about yourself and the history and origins of Necrosaurus Rex?
Oh, when did we form? What year?
So we changed our name in 2013 to Necrosaurus Rex, but the band originally was formed, I believe, in 2009 under Psychopathy.
Yeah. To which Bree and I are not original members to that band.
But the name change for the original members.
Yes.
What are your guys' experiences inside the scene?
You know, the scene in London's, it's always growing, and I find, you know, there's a lot of passionate people around, and there's a lot of people that just love metal here, and, you know, you just run into people, and it's just awesome just to see metalheads down the street walking with a Megadeth, Iron Maiden t-shirt, whatever it is, it's great, so it's nice to see that we have a good population of metalheads in this city.
Do you guys play in any other bands, or have you guys played in different bands before?
I play in several bands.
All of them.
So a couple like from London, one's the Alkalis, and then I do currently play in Specs. I play bass in that band. And then the odd ones here and there. Yeah.
Outside of Psychopathy, this is it for me.
I had a little run with Fox with Bears there for a little bit.
And with me.
Oh yeah, way fucking back. Yeah. Oh wait, is there cursing in this?
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll fix that in post.
Yeah, 2009, I was in a band called Dark Adaption, and we released the EP, and we got to play with a lot of cool bands in London in the scene, and yeah.
Is there any unorganized members when it comes to out of town shows or before shows?
I'm sure it's this guy right here.
Yeah! Right here.
Don't back me up.
Mr. Drumsticks.
Yeah.
He's got his ice cream, but not his drumsticks.
If not playing in a band, what would you guys see yourselves doing?
Nothing else.
You know, this is it.
This is what,
this
I
is
love.
what we love. You know,
Yeah.
this is what we want to do. This is amazing just to play music and meet people and travel with your, you know, we're like family, and it's the best. It's awesome.
All right. How do you guys feel when you guys are playing on stage?
Excitement.
Pumped up.
It's an
Adrenaline
intensity.
rush.
Yeah.
Like,
I
you
do
know.
become very excitable.
It's my happy place.
Yeah, it doesn't matter the percentage of people that are out there or the numbers. Like, anytime we get on that stage, we're just pumped up to do what we do, and
And we love playing together as well.
yeah, it's so much fun. You know, it's
Music with my friends, you know.
yeah. Party 5 minus 1.
Yo, cheers.
Cheers.
Yo, cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah.
Cheers. To that. Yeah. Thank you.
How do you
Keep
guys
it alive.
prep before a show?
Like Tetris.
Marijuana.
But only since October 14th.
Yeah,
We are 2018.
Right.
We are
totally legal. Totally legal.
I feel guilty buying a monster.
What do you guys do when you guys are playing or jamming, and how do you guys relax on your off time?
This is how I relax. And that might sound weird because I scream for like half an hour at a time.
Stomp
But
like a dinosaur.
Like, yeah, that's therapeutic, man.
Yeah.
You don't have any stresses after that. You're like, woo.
Yeah.
I let it all out on stage.
Yeah, I don't know. Just outdoors, being outdoors, man. Fishing, you know, camping, all that stuff. Just being outside. Video games. Netflix and chilling.
I like learning.
Doesn't count with yourself.
Scratch that last part.
What are your guys' hobbies?
Oh man.
Ooh.
I like sports.
Ghouls.
And video games. Did you say ghouls?
Yeah, I'm just
Ghouls.
Ghouls.
Learning. That's kind of like hobbies. I don't know. Music. Dude, it's like all I do. It's my life.
Beers and bitches.
What are your opinions on the scene now?
I'm pretty content with it.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, you throw a show and there's always going to be people there. Like, it seems like however many people might say like, oh, scene's dying, oh, blah, 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 this and that. You'll always find that if you throw a show, like, people are going to come. Like, it hasn't really fluctuated that much. Like, the core people that we see at our shows and, like, our friends in the community are, like, they're there no matter what. So,
Yeah.
It's just a good time. Yeah.
Or, tell us what to expect for Necrosaurus Rex in the future.
Oh, so much. So
What's
many
going on?
things.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. In the immediate future, though, there's going to be an EP coming out.
Got an EP
early 2019. So keep your eyes out for that.
All right. How much does fans and merchandise mean to you guys?
Yeah, fans are always number one.
Fans are everything.
You know, like it's amazing the support that we've had in this band and just people coming out to support us and buy merchandise and just, just little things, it's just amazing that we're so supported and it feels amazing, not by just the fans, but other bands around us. We're all supportive and we all build each other up and, just the whole scene as a community, everybody's there and yeah, man.
Yep.
All right, where was the first show you guys ever played as a band, or what was the first show a member in the band has played?
As Necrosaurus Rex, Brad's first show.
Yeah.
Well, it was
Brad's first
Psychopathy.
show.
But Brad's first show was at East Park.
In the arcade.
In the
Which
arcade
really
section.
is so bitchin'.
Yeah.
I screamed my face off in front of a skee ball machine, and I don't think I've ever been happier.
Yeah. And then we played like all of the games and go-karting and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
it was pretty tight.
That's
And it was Halloween, so we were like
Yeah.
dressed up too. I had like zombie face
True.
paint on, like it was
Yeah,
great.
they all attacked me in the bungle gym.
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever it's
The
called.
bungle-
The what? I don't know what it's called.
The bungle gym?
What's it called?
The jungle
The
gym.
jungle-
Oh!
The jungle gym.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Like I was being attacked by zombies.
The bungle gym.
I don't know.
I like it.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I like it.
Better
It
alternative.
was a bundle.
I feel
It
there's
was
still
great.
ropes in that gym.
Yeah. But yeah,
Oh my God.
was Brad's first show with us.
Yeah.
Like ever being in a band and Screaming was there.
Yep.
As Necrosaurus Rex.
What was our first show as Necrosaurus Rex?
I want to say it was the Richmond Tavern.
Probably.
It was.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was Richmond Tavern. 'Cause we were, yeah, it was shortly after because it was like
Yeah.
real venue, the Richmond Tavern.
That's
Not the Bungle Gym.
No, it was the Bunny in St. Thomas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like one of the first, like one of the last shows that was there before they took a break because somebody
Oh,
pulled
yeah,
the ceiling
and
off.
the ceiling fell
Yeah,
too while we were playing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they
So the
kicked
first
it.
London show was the Richmond Tavern.
Yes.
The first show was Necrosaurus Rex when we changed our name was, I guess, the Brunswick in St. Thomas. Yeah, what was your guys' first show with this band?
Gator.
Gritty Gator.
Oh, Gritty Gator! Both of you!
yeah.
Several
So,
times!
yeah.
Yeah. That's
remember
right.
that.
Nice.
Sick.
Mine was actually Norma Jean's when it was Psychopathy.
Yeah.
And then it was here for Supernova.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Sick.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right, how do you guys promote your shows?
High
Facebook,
fives.
Instagram, high fives.
Yeah.
Communicate with friends,
Pretty much.
community, coworkers, etc. Try and keep it tight knit.
Yeah.
All right, what advice do you guys have for newer bands?
Honestly, if it's something that you believe that you're doing, just keep pursuing it because we have hit more than our fair share of snags.
Yeah.
And had we not kept persisting, we wouldn't have found these two guys and we would not be where we're at today. So honestly,
Love what you do.
love what you do and just
persevere.
keep at it.
Yeah,
Do
just
those
keep at
things.
it. Never get discouraged. Just keep going.
Yep.
You'll have support around you.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the best thing about metalheads. Everyone's there to support you. It's a great community.
Okay, thank you very, very much for your time, and thanks from me and a huge fan of you guys over the years. After the interview we guys have done, I hope you guys play an awesome set tonight.
Thanks a
Thank
lot
you
for
very
doing
much,
this,
man.
Kyle, and I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it and your
Appreciate it a
support.
lot.
And we love you, bud.
Some ass tonight, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. We rock out.
Yeah.
So we're standing here in London Rock, a big staple of the London, Ontario metal scene, and we want to give a chance to show people who don't come to London where to shop and buy some clothes. London Rock has been going for almost 27 years now in this location, and Sam has been a big staple helping people out and everything. So we're gonna give you a big tour of the store right now. All right, so we're gonna basically give you guys a tour of the store, and basically we're at the front of the store. So we're in the shoe department. Here we have all our Vans right here. So we have the slip-ons here. We have the other slip-ons, the Vans Pros here, and then the casual Vans. And then going over here, we have our ladies section. And then we have various backpacks on the bottom for people. And then we have sale rack here for people who just want to buy jeans or ladies stuff. We have Converse on sale, as well as we also sell punk bracelets, bandanas, socks. Moving along, we also have some jewelry here for people, and some armbands. We also sell stuff for plugs for people who stretch their ears, nose piercings. Over here is our autographed band wall we have. We've had Hatebreed sign it, Swinging Others of Mice and Men, Camelot, Herman Lee from Dragon Force. We have DRI, Starbucket, Obey the Brave, and just the wall just continues along. Up here is the hat is part of the hat section, and then just stuff we keep on hold, as well as we sell flags and banners, wallets. We also sell wallets here. So here's our band section here, and then on this side is more just casual wallets that we sell. Also pins and buttons for people who want stuff. Also, we sell contact lenses for people who want to be decorative and casual. Belt buckles we sell also here. And then down here is our horror and anime section for wallets. And then on the bottom row are all keychains. Printed Zippo lighters. Here's our display cases of jewelry, more higher end jewelry. We also sell steampunk masks. And here's one of my favorite sections here is the patch section. We have So up top is all horror movie themed, and then the bottom row is all our metal stuff, and then we have comic books on the far right side. So if people like comic books, and then on our bottom row we sell back patches as well. And then here's our spike gauntlet section, which these are actually handmade by Sam, some of these. And up here we have our collectible shelves. So we got My Little Pony up top. We got Jack Skeleton, some anime stuff, Pokemon, comic book stuff. As we take part in Comic-Con a lot of every year, so we're usually busy, always grabbing stuff for that. All right, so now time for the fun stuff. Here's all the shirts we do. So this is our more obscure section of shirts that are hard to get. So we got like Guns N' Roses, Children of Bodom, Municipal Waste, Beastie Boys, Black Sabbath, Slayer, Motorhead. Basically, this is one of the obscure sections. We also sell trench coats, which you guys could get a trench coat right now for $30, which that's kind of a good deal considering they're $150 regular price. So come to London Rock and Sam will hook you guys up. Over here's down here is our poster section. So right here are all our blacklight posters. So we got like some cool ones here, like a blacklight Sublime poster, which is very hard to find. And then over here is mostly just movie stuff. And then we got some metal stuff in here, like Metallica, some punk stuff, and then there's a god himself. Moving along, we have more shirts. So we have Pantera up at the top. Some punk, so a lot of the shirts we mix, and shirts are basically priced when we do that. We usually sell shirts like crazy, but mostly more patches. We sell leather jackets as well. And then also here's our Vans section of shirts that we do. So the Vans goes from this wall down to the lower wall over there. And then up here we start the comic book section. So the comic book section we'll start where Captain America is, and then it will go down to where the Death Note stuff is. We have Rick and Morty, Attack on Titan, Punisher, and Flash, Spider-Man. And then here's some lady shirts that we sell. Scarves, which these are actually our own brand, so they're London Rock 100% certified made, which a lot of hours go into printing these. And then here's our socks section. All right, so this was a tour of London Rock, and London Rock has been going strong for 27 years. This is Sam, the owner.
Hello, everyone.
So basically, yeah, this is a tour, and if your guys are ever in London, Ontario, and need to get hooked up, Sam is a guy. He might give you a discount, he might not give you a discount.
Hey, just show up. We'll always give discount. You know that, Kyel.
And thanks, and I like to thank Sam as me being a former employee here, and I like to thank for all the awesome times we've had over the years.
Our pleasure, Kyel. Thanks for the shoot. You know, cool.
Okay, action.
Hey,
oh, see, I told you to fall down.
Right, did it fall?
This is the people right here. I'm the people.
The people.
I'm the people.
People.
Okay,
I'm
ready?
the people's elbow.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
So when she says action, that's when we'll start.
Action. Okay, can somebody do Mary Had a Little Lamb? Just for sound.
Mary had a little lamb.
Nice. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so now.
Yeah.
All right. Who is the most unorganized member?
Okay, hold on.
Did I guess?
All right. Just try talking. Do the question.
All right, who is the most unorganized member of the band?
Well, yeah, when you asked that, everybody seemed to look at me, so...
Okay. Oh, I think they're gonna do it again. Okay, ready? And action. Ah! Action.
Is there any unorganized member in the band?
Yeah, well, everyone seemed to just look at me, so... Yeah, I guess I like to wing things and, you know, not plan things out too much.
See to the dance, but...
Yeah.
Writes good tunes, though.
Okay. If not playing in the band, what would you see yourselves doing?
I even caught you laughing on that one.
What's up? Hey.
I don't think this is gonna take us a while if this keeps
Oh yeah, 7-6.
Yeah.
Action.
Wait, cut because we did number 5.
No, we didn't really get it.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Action.
Actually, let's just restart it all because we can fire.